Good evening. This show's topic is social media dating. Is it socially accepted? I'm one of your hosts, Sublime Sunshine.
I'm Ayana.
I'm Kezia.
And I'm Sean. And this is the Skim Show. So, social media dating. It seems to be, in my opinion, one of the easiest ways for people to meet and connect. Social media dating. It seems to be one of the easiest ways to find partnership and companionship nowadays. What do you ladies think? Is it socially accepted? Have you had any experiences with it yourself? What do you think people's views are when you do find someone through a media source? What do you think your peers are thinking? What do you think their peers are thinking?
When you say peers, what do you mean? Like, what do you think?
People in your circle.
Will they look at you like you crazy because
Yeah,
you're
is this
doing it right?
right?
Because you do. I don't know. I'm afraid of it personally. I don't know if I would do it. I mean, I know people who've done it. You know what I mean? She's dating somebody she met offline, and that's going good for them. Like 3 years, but me,
Okay.
I be beside her because I don't know about you like that. I need to see a person, physical person. You know what I mean? No. They be lying.
Right, they do. I see it in several perspectives. Like, I mean, you really can't trust a lot of times who you think you
See
do
every
know,
day.
or
Yeah.
you see every day. And then also there's so much going on, so you have to be, you have to kind of see if this is something that you want to take a risk in doing, or if you feel like it's safe for you. Because I have seen and have witnessed where people have met the love of their life, have
Right.
gotten married, and have established strong, long-lasting relationships from online dating. Yeah.
One of my bosses did that. She met a guy online. They dated, and they married, and they had been married for like 10 years.
See,
So I guess it works just for some people.
I think there's pros and cons. I know that for me, I'm going to speak from my own experiences. I think for me, I have a very, very busy life. And for me, dating through a social media source is easy and, I need to find another word for easy. It's convenient.
Yeah.
It's very convenient. It also gives me a quick view of what I'm dealing with. The problem on the flip side is it's often a false view because it's only a layer of who you're dealing with. Someone can look very, very attractive. They can paint a very nice picture on a social media source. And then you can sit down in person, because when you sit down in person, you have the face-to-face interactions. Things like their mannerisms or their social skills or their interactions with other people might turn you off. For example, a gentleman could look very handsome, but then I sit down with dinner and he may have an odor or his scent. His body odor is not appealing.
So wait a minute. Are you saying that you would rather even date like via email and messenger and things like that? Y'all won't even go out?
Correct. No, let me back up.
But you so basically it's like someone out of the state or whatever, or out of...
No, I have dated for many years. When I say dated, I'm saying the initial connection is created through a social media network.
source.
Yeah.
Okay.
I personally make those social media interactions very limited because I know me. Because small things like even the way you blink or the way you treat the waiter matter to me in pursuing and continuing a relationship with someone.
So you'd rather get to know them first?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I was just discussing this earlier. I don't get approached by gentlemen in the real world. Like men do not come up to me and spark a conversation that'll generate into a date. I don't know why. I don't know why. I feel like I am polished enough. I feel like my scents are good. Like, I don't understand it. So if I didn't date through social media, if I didn't date through social media sources, I would never date. And I feel like I'm very dateable and I'm very interested in being dated and have a long relationship. So, like I said, there's the flips. the pros and the cons. We discussed convenience, but then there's something that texting doesn't show through, and that's your personal skills, your interpersonal skills. It doesn't allow for the emotions of what you're saying to come through.
So
So-
my thing is,
Right.
do you think it's crippling a little bit? You know what I mean? Because like you said, it's like
Absolutely.
nobody,
Absolutely.
when they don't come to you personally and say, hey, I think you fine, girl, whatever,
Right.
and try to get, you know what I'm saying, get your
Yeah.
attention, as opposed to sending a text. I hate when people, I call somebody and they send a text to me. That bothers me, because like we don't talk, you know, like you said, interpersonally anymore.
Right.
Everything is social media, via text, messenger, or whatever. So is it like crippling because you're going on social media looking for, you know what I'm saying, love or
create
whatever?
bond.
And right, because it is a false, you know,
It
perception
is-
a little bit, because you
it's
don't
definitely
really get it.
filtered
Because I
bond.
feel like, you know, I got to see you like the eyes are the key to the soul. If I see your eyes,
Absolutely.
then I know
I
if
agree.
you're lying or telling the truth. You can
Right.
be as polished as you want to be and text me or
Exactly.
message me, whatever you want to message me. But if I see you and I look in your eyes, I'm like, no, you crazy.
And the thing about
Keep
it is,
moving. You know what I'm saying? Right. right.
and the thing about dating through the social sources is another thing is I could ask them a question, a personal question, and if I was to just approach them in real life and I ask the question, normally their response would be immediate. Where through the text, they can sit back and calculate and gauge what they think that I want to hear and try to generate the best answer to impress me. And that's not really what
A
I'm
little
looking
false,
for.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You want the most genuine response.
Right.
And it should be very immediate when you're face to face. You get it, you would want the same to come through on a text, but we have the luxury to sit back and calculate our moves when we communicate through text.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Okay, go ahead, honey. You got something?
Not really. I don't know. It's I don't know.
Do you think it's socially
weird.
accepted? Do you know or have you experienced this yourself? Social dating?
I don't
Social
personally
media
think
dating?
it's anything wrong with dating through social media. So, I mean, I've tried it, but it didn't go the way I thought it was, so I just
So you
left
shy
it alone.
away.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Right.
It's like y'all said, people find love through social media, dating sites and stuff like that. So,
To each his own.
yeah.
Do you guys think that it's, like in my opinion, I think it's the main and the most accessible way to meet people, meet potential mates. Do you think it should be? Are you guys accepting to it?
The most successful way to.
I don't know if it's
I
even
would-
successful, but just, yeah, go ahead.
Just a good avenue.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Is it a good avenue?
I'm neutral, like really, because, and I think it's TV that may give me like a, like, you know.
What
Seeing
you
all
mean?
the
What,
horror
Because you got to
stories.
show
Yeah,
catfish
because, you
and
know,
stuff.
meeting,
horror stories.
meeting people,
Right.
yeah, with wearing masks.
Yeah.
You know, he's this Prince
He can
Charming.
say
at
whatever
first,
he
and
wanna
he's
say.
a serial killer.
Right.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, we could easily be walking our dog down the street and get approached by a gentleman who we think
And
is
he could
fabulous,
be.
and he too could be a serial
Right.
killer. So I mean, it's no, to me, it's no different. It's the same dice thrown. It's the same luck of the draw.
But again,
It
that's
really
the
is.
eyes to the keys to the soul. You kind of know if a person is, you know what I mean, a little,
Yeah.
you know.
But what
And then-
about if you have someone you knew from the past, like maybe went to school,
like
Right.
middle, like
And
even
you
back to
meet-
middle school or something.
right,
Yeah.
and you meet them later in life
Mm-hmm.
online. Now you can look at it, you know, differently then, but a total stranger. Ooh,
I mean,
I think it's
really,
kind of
how
hard to
can you?
trust, though. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I'm like that. There, it's kind of like, how can you really be like, oh, because I knew him then?
well, no,
So,
I
yeah,
think
'cause
it's
people-
strange,
like-
just put the trust out there then, but I would be a little more accepting of somebody. I want to go with them, and I didn't just
Right.
start off dating me just to build some
Reconnect.
reconnect,
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And that is what social media is about.
Right, right,
Reconnecting
Right, connecting and reconnecting.
Yeah.
I just have
I
a
think-
problem with the catfish thing, like you said. I've seen so many
Yeah.
horror stories about people portraying themselves to be something else and using other people's profile pictures and being a whole different person. Let me tell you something. Don't try me, because I will find you. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? And seeing all those people, I watched the show Catfish, where the guy he said he was a girl. He was actually a guy.
They do that all the time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
and then was online portraying himself.
Yes.
As a female, yeah.
Yes,
God.
and he came and
And
met him
probably
at like a
pretty
coffee
everything.
shop or whatever. They found and tracked him down because what they did is they went and looked at the IP address and they found his computer, or whatever it was he was using. He had
And
a
it was a
dummy,
public computer.
right? He had a dummy address and everything. It was a whole different address from where he said he was and what the guy was doing. But now listen, here's the kicker. They were in a relationship for like a year or
Oh,
something.
online. Did they
Yeah,
ever talk on the
online.
phone?
Never talked on the phone. They just, you know what I'm saying,
see, that's one thing I
online.
can't do.
See,
And
I
he was
can't
sending
date
money.
people.
This person was, this man was sending money and
you-
everything.
I
You
think
know?
it's impossible to I mean, even if the people were really who they say they were, I think it's virtually impossible to establish a serious,
Relationship.
realistic bond without having at least a verbal communication.
Right.
Because I could ask you a question and the answer could be yes. I could say, "Do you love me?" and you respond, "Yeah." Or I say, "Do you love me?" and you'd be like, "Yes." Or I could be like, "Do you love me?" and be like, "Yeah." Like the emotion is not in text. The emotion does not come from our fingertips.
Right.
You have people who are seeking love and seeking attention and looking for love in all the wrong places, and will accept something like that
Right.
because they have opened their heart to it, and it's like, oh, I'm loved finally in my
Right,
life,
right.
and so they gravitate to that attention. So it's like I have seen where people actually have fallen in love.
Yeah.
I
believe
and
it.
And it's deception,
Yeah.
but through letters. Like for instance, like in the prison system, where you have,
Prime
example.
where you have,
But it's so many different sources of communication now. Like we got Tango and we got all that stuff. You know what I mean? You could use that to see somebody. I am not.
but prisoners can't do that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Prisoners. They can only use, they can't even use phones.
But
But they
they
No,
do.
they're actually able to use the internet now and send emails.
Oh, okay.
But I
they
think-
can't like
But I
video.
know they
or
have
to-
Facebook pages.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but I
got
think
some
they
people
have
have
to be
Facebook
approved.
pages that do
They can't just start
Uh-huh.
emailing random people. I think they're only allowed to
They're allowed a certain
approved
time. Yeah.
email.
I know they can't have phones though. They not, they
Not
not
personal.
supposed
Not
to.
big.
No.
No,
Mm-mm.
it's supposed to.
No.
What I've seen where they have actually, written letters and have sold a person a fairy tale, and when they got out,
Mm-hmm.
it was
Totally different, right?
But just long enough to be able to get that money sent to them.
Mm-hmm.
But that person on the outside feels like, okay, this is gonna be something.
Right.
Right,
He's out of jail, and
right.
it's nothing like that. He
Right.
went back to his woman and his baby mama.
Right, and that's so sad.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
Now I want to explore another fold of social dating,
Okay.
social media dating. So, what about the instances when you go on someone's profile and you're reading about them, and something you see is turning you off, but in real life they're a really genuine, grand person? Have you ever had an experience where maybe you knew someone or you personally, were potentially interested in somebody, but then you saw something on the Facebook page or on the Instagram, and you were turned off and turned away from them, and then later on learned, oh wow, they are a pretty cool guy, and I should have maybe gave him a chance. So basically what I'm asking is, do you guys think that social media profiles don't do certain people justice instead of in the reverse this time?
No,
Yeah.
On that, are you speaking like on Facebook? And
Anything, Instagram,
I mean, I personally
Facebook,
think like
Twitter.
whatever a person posts, on Facebook, it's like that's who they are. So it's kind of like, I mean, it'd be different if somebody was to, tag them in something or like they, because even when they share something that somebody else posts, it's like, okay, this is how this person thinks, this is how they are. So it's kind of like,
So
how
if I'm only posting inspirational quotes, but then you guys see me at the club and I'm booty popping and you know what I'm saying, drinking it up and leaning on 500 guys in the club, is that a clear representation of who I am?
Well, you don't even have to take it as far as the club, because they're putting what they want people to see on their
Right.
timelines and their walls, but they're inboxing different things.
Ooh, now that's a whole
So
nother,
you
the
don't-
inbox, that's a whole nother
Yeah,
subject.
that inbox.
I don't know. If I
don't-
see what you post online, it kind of, to me, it's your profile. It's your, you know what I mean, personality. So if I see something that I don't think is going to that turns me off, I'm going to go with that. Because,
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, you wouldn't post it if it wasn't you. You know what I
Right,
mean?
Yeah.
You are a reflection. Your page is a reflection.
Okay,
of
but
Like
how
you
about
said,
this?
the inspirational. If you post the inspirational stuff online, then I see you in the club. Well, that's just you. You're
Maybe at
inspirational,
that one
but at the
time
same
you
time,
may want it to go.
You know, at the same time, you like to go have fun. Yeah, I speak inspirationally. I post inspirational stuff, but at the same time, I'm a fun person.
enjoy
I like to go
Right.
exactly.
Right.
So
for me, when I look back on like my you know how sometimes they'll pop up, they're sharing your memories on Facebook.
Right.
I compare my maturity level from when I first got on Facebook, or even however long ago the memories shared, to me now. I see a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Like from what I post.
I personally have noticed that I was more conservative when I first came on. I was very selective on what I said and didn't say. Where now I'm more free flowing and more liberated in what I say, and it's a reflection of my comfort level with Facebook over the years. What
But
did
I
you?
used to vent.
Oh, so you're kind of the.
I'm
you're more
opposite. I
okay.
used to vent because I was at a bitter place in my life, and when I came out of that bitter place, then I'm more inspired.
So had
Okay.
someone judged you off of that place, and then you're not the same.
Probably
That would be,
so.
you know,
Yeah,
wrong.
That's right.
Right.
I wouldn't, have the effect. And I mean, I had followers then, but it's important that
Right.
we try to. This is my opinion. Stay as positive as we can.
Yeah. Put out the energy you want back.
That's it.
yeah.
That's it.
I kind of see what you're saying on that. It's kind of hard.
Well, as
to
long as
kinda-
no, don't be trying to call me, trying to get some money from
I
me.
know.
I got that.
Message me, trying to get me to send them $200.
What about
African?
I mean,
the girl in the bikini who's lean, the girl in the bikini
Girl.
leans into the camera and she has 5 friends. total.
Right.
What are
I
we
do
supposed
not.
to do?
No,
I
I
delete
add friends.
all
No,
of
thank you.
those.
You gotta have a certain amount of friends to be my friend.
Matter of fact,
and a certain amount of
exactly.
mutual friends
Mutual
for
is
me
the
to
key.
know that you don't have a dummy page. I'm not going for that.
I
No.
don't frame mine. I don't. I don't.
I did.
don't?
Now it's certain things I did it first and then I stopped. You know what I mean? I just started because I speak a lot of things that are inspirational. So you know what I mean. Even if they may not like it or whatever, I know somebody that saw it. Because now they have the thing on Facebook where it shows it may not show the likes, but it show how many people looked at it. You know what I mean, or whatever. So it could be like 5 likes, but it's 280 something. You know what I'm saying? People looked at it. You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't know. I just know.
They can't say anything, and you don't know who you're helping.
I just don't. I don't add people to have 5 friends though. None of that.
I do it. I do that if it's like somebody I already
If
knew.
it's something you know,
But then they
yeah.
start their page over because the other one got deleted.
Right,
Now I
right.
have
Now
this
that part,
different,
yes.
absolutely.
But
But
the
I
little
do
chick
screen.
likes the little no. With the boobies out, no thank you.
Oh no, I don't add none of that.
No,
I don't add
Right,
none of
yeah.
Those are definitely dummy.
Wow.
those. Yeah, so.
Well, thanks for y'all input.
Well, that's a good topic, Marsha.
Yeah.
That was a good topic.
I was so kind of like,
And I had some
what's the difference in
statistics and
social media now?
statistics
Oh.
and everything that I had, but I couldn't even think of it while we were sitting here talking.
I'm sure I'm sure this topic in
Come up
some form
again.
of fashion will come up again.
Come up
Right.
again.
Yeah, so we definitely want to hear you chime in. If you guys have something you want to offer a story, share a story, or you just want to have a comment on what we said, we'd love to hear it. Please share. This is the Skim Show, so it's